Character design is one of the most important parts of adapting manga into anime. Since manga is static, mangaka or manga authors can be as detailed as they want to be on paper. Character designers, however, will try to simplify the design while still being true to the author's original artwork. They get to decide what aspects of the character stays and what changes, like in the Boruto anime, where Masashi Kishimoto's designs of the characters were favored over Mikio Ikemoto's designs, the author of the manga of the same name. If Ikemoto's designs were used, there would be a lot more belts on screen. Literally so many belts. Sasuke has 2 here for some reason. When Yu Yu Hakusho was picked up by Studio Pierrot in the early 90s, all characters were initially designed by Minoru Yamazawa, but after about 15 episodes, a secretary at Studio Pierrot would take over as character designer, a fangirl who shipped Hiei and Kurama. Today, I'm going to talk to you about Mari Kitayama, an illustrator at Studio Pierrot who I believe doesn't get enough credit for helping bring Yu Yu Hakusho to the anime world. When Yu Yu Hakusho was picked up by Studio Pierrot, it struggled to find TV sponsors because Yoshihiro Togashi, the author of the original work, was still a newcomer and was not really well known at the time. In fact, the series almost never happened because higher ups felt that it might be safer to pass on Yu Yu Hakusho, and instead there were talks of scrapping the production to work on something else. Everyone thought of Yu Yu Hakusho as just a business venture, but Kitayama was the one who pushed for it to become a series despite the odds stacked against them. According to the 2018 V-Storage interview, producer Ken Hagino and late president Yuji Nunokawa credits Kitayama for encouraging the endorsement of Yu Yu Hakusho instead of moving to another production. Kitayama believed in the series because she was a fan of the manga series before Studio Pierrot even picked it up. I began my week getting teary-eyed by reading the serialization in Jump every Monday morning, Kitayama recalled. When she heard Yu Yu Hakusho was picked up by Studio Pierrot to become an anime, she immediately went to the department that focused on copyright illustrations that are supervised by the copyright holder, and told them, I want to draw Yu Yu Hakusho. A lot of her illustrations appeared on Morinaga products, as well as dust jackets and CD covers. These illustrations would eventually catch the attention of a group of people on the production team, but I'll get to that in just a bit. Kitayama actually held different positions at Studio Pierrot. After graduating from college, she joined the company as an animator. She did leave the company once though, when she began struggling to hold a pencil due to tenosynovitis, the inflammation of the fluid-filled synovium within the tendon sheath. She then returned to become a secretary for President Nunokawa, and also became an illustrator for Studio Pierrot. She also did something on the side that really wasn't a secret from anyone else. She illustrated doujinshi, or fan-made works of Yu Yu Hakusho, and sold them at anime conventions in Japan. Many of these works were love stories between Hiei and Kurama. She of course published them under a different name. Back then, anime productions usually worked with the manga editorial department when creating an anime, so Studio Pierrot had little interaction with Togashi during the production of Yu Yu Hakusho. For the most part, the Jump editorial department were the ones who collaborated with Studio Pierrot to create the anime, and they were the ones who took notice of Kitayama's artwork. When Jump editorial department saw Kitayama's merchandise illustration, they requested that she become the new character designer moving forward. This was about 18 episodes into the anime. Fun fact, she was credited in the opening credits from episode 20 and beyond, but she took over a few episodes before then. Because of the limitations of animation back then, it took some time to edit the opening sequence to reflect any new changes. And I gotta say, Jump was right to pick Kitayama's art style to lead the anime designs moving forward. While I have nothing against Yamazawa's design, Kitayama's design felt more streamlined and closer to Togashi's art style. And even more than that, it was filled with heart. Kitayama was so excited to be the new appointed character designer that she forgot to be more considerate to the animators. At the time, the only thing going through my head was, I'm so happy that I can draw officially. I didn't consider the line reductions in the anime, and added patterns to Botan's clothes. And even now, I am truly sorry for that. Kitayama's art style turned out to be a hit, and thanks to her, the number of female fans increased. A lot of the official artwork wasn't of the gang looking cool, but more fanservice-y. When she was asked about her approach to the character designs, she said, this is how the characters look to me. She also took advantage of her new privileges as an anime production staff, and got to witness the voice actors dub the characters in person. Producer Hagino recalled, it was unusual at the time, and it surprised me at first, but the results led to a hit. At the time, Volume 6 had just come out, and there was a preference for feminine-like lines over the rough lines from male animators. Kitayama's contributions to the Yu Yu Hakusho franchise continued for more years to come. She even created 6 drawings of 4-panel comics that were published in Shonen Jump magazine in 1994, the year the series ended. These comics would later be published in Volume 11 of the Bunkoban release. Kitayama returned for the 25th anniversary of the series, when Studio Pierrot announced a Blu-ray collection of the original anime, as well as the movies. She was called upon once again to create the settings for the 2 new anime shorts titled 2 Shots and All or Nothing, stories from the manga series that had yet to be animated. Kitayama decided to create a new visual of Kurama and Mari Kitayama, the latter who has a crush on Kurama. She actually created designs for these characters years earlier, in a very brief scene from the original anime. Hagino actually found those character designs Kitayama had made and told her that she didn't have to draw anything new. But Kitayama, being the fan that she is, begged him to let her finish drawing her updated character designs for the story. She was very particular about Maya's hairstyle because it was very unique to the era at the time, and the only character whose design she left as is was Hiei. In addition to the new episodes, the Blu-ray collection also offers original illustration by Kitayama herself, and thanks to her and everyone at Studio Pierrot, the love for Yu Yu Hakusho has endured. If you grew up in the 90s and found official illustration of Hiei and Kurama, chances are those are Kitayama's. Likewise, if you've seen fan-made work that looks like official art, that was probably Kitayama's too. You can find Mari Kitayama on Twitter, where she continues to draw Yu Yu Hakusho fan art as gifts for her friends. And that's it for today's video. The Yu Yu Hakusho live action trailer just came out, and I myself am excited. What are your thoughts on the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time.